Hello, football fans. Welcome to another football update. You're on your favorite YouTube channel, JW Sport TV. I'm your uncle today, and today we are going to bring you the different reactions of the Nigerian match after Nigeria qualified for the FIFA Intercontinental Playoff that is going to take place next year in the USA. But Nigeria hasn't qualified yet. They have to still play two more matches in the African continent. From the four teams that have qualified for the playoff, I think they are going to play Gabon on November 13. So Nigeria needs to win Gabon and they need to win their next opponent to stand a chance of qualifying for the Intercontinental Tournament, which is going to happen in USA. And again, there has been a lot of controversies that's been surrounding this playoff qualification. I mean, a lot of people are actually criticizing CAF about the mode of qualification for Nigeria, how is not actually favorable for countries who actually had more points than Nigeria. So some people are wondering how did Nigeria actually qualify for the playoffs when we even have other teams that were placed seconds that had more points than Nigeria? But how come did Nigeria qualify? So a lot of people are criticizing CAF of their new rules, but this is not a new rule. Now this situation happened after Eritrea decided not to continue with the World Cup qualifiers. They withdrew from it, and then CAF actually decided that okay, points that are being earned by the bottom place teams will not count. Some fans did not like this new rules, and some fans actually criticized against it.
Chai! We don't collect Woto from Nigeria handle. 1-0, we can complain. 2-0, still, we can complain. 3-1, we can complain. 1-1, we can complain. But 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, there is no complaint about that. We cannot complain about that. That kind of game where I see today, when Nigeria don't play today, no be small, na highest level. Na highest one. So better make Nigeria qualify. The thing they pain me, it dey pain me well. But still not. Because with this kind of level, wetin Benin Republic won't go play for World Cup with this kind of level. That is not possible. But you get one question where I want to ask you guys. No, not be you guys. You get one question where I want to ask Osimhen. Osimhen, wetin Benin Republic do you? Osimhen kile shewa.
So everyone's talking about Nigeria's last-minute goal to send them into the qualification playoffs for the 2026 World Cup next year. And fair play to Onyeka and for Osimhen's hat-trick too, because that was incredible. But barely anyone's mentioning the secret hidden advantage they actually got before a ball was even kicked. And it all started because Eritrea dropped out. So Eritrea pulled out of the qualifiers, which left only one group with 5 teams instead of the usual 6. So the Confederation of African Football, or CAF, had to fix that imbalance. So they decided when comparing the runners-up across all groups, the results against the last place teams won't actually count. Now here's where it gets actually interesting. Nigeria are the only team who didn't beat their bottom team in their group, Zimbabwe. They actually drew both games, so they only gained just 2 points. So when those results actually got removed afterwards, Nigeria actually barely lost anything, because every other team are losing about 4 to 6 points from wins against their weakest sides in their groups. So because Eritrea withdrew and CAF changed the rules, Nigeria actually gained up to 4 points on their competition for the qualification spots before a ball was even kicked in the qualifiers. And what's even more insane is that they actually managed to qualify purely based on goal difference on both occasions. I mean, fair play to Nigeria. It's out of their control completely.
This whole second place playoff debacle in CAF, the African World Cup qualification process, is an absolute farce. How you've allowed both the calculated merchants of Cameroon and Nigeria to replace Burkina Faso, Niger, and Madagascar based on a system you've made up to benefit both Cameroon and Nigeria and didn't even bother to announce publicly is a disgrace. The table we're all looking at going into the final set of games looks something like this. And I understand it is a bit unfair because as things would have ended, yes, Gabon, DR Congo, Madagascar, and Burkina Faso would have qualified. And it wouldn't have been fair on Niger as they only played 8 games in their group due to Eritrea withdrawing due to, I think, there was fears that their players would become political asylum seekers if they were to go on away games. So they just withdrew from the entire competition. So I understand it's unfair. However, I feel like the system used was very unfair and it definitely benefited the big boys. Option 1, a simple points per game method. Simply total points divided by the amount of games played and you would have ended up with a table looking like this, with Gabon, DR Congo, Madagascar, and Burkina Faso qualifying. Or the other option was to do what they've done elsewhere within the whole process, where any team has had a situation where they've had to forfeit a game, you simply give them a 3-0 loss. So that would have meant Niger would have got 6 points and a +6 to their goal difference from the games that they would have played against Eritrea. Meaning that all teams now would have played 10 games, and the table would have looked a lot different, with Niger pushing into the top 4, squeezing Burkina Faso just out. So what do CAF go and do? They directly impact and benefit Cameroon and Nigeria by employing a system in which all results against the team bottom of each group were removed. And that directly impacted both Cameroon and Nigeria, because Cameroon dropped points against Eswatini with a draw. I think it was a 0-0 draw. And Nigeria drew home and away with Zimbabwe. So whereby the other teams, Burkina Faso, Niger, Uganda, basically took maximum points against the teams bottom of their group and had 6 points and whatever goals scored removed from their tally. This didn't happen to Cameroon and Nigeria. In fact, they benefited from mediocrity. I should also remind you as well that the only reason Nigeria snuck in was through goal difference, based on the fact that Burkina Faso's goals were also removed. So it's completely unfair when you really look at things. I get the fact you want the best teams to represent the continent, that intercontinental tournament and whatnot, but they have to earn it, and I simply don't think they did. Clear case of corruption, in my opinion. But what are your thoughts? What system would you have employed for this, and what would have been most fair?
Statement from Steve Yago from Burkina Faso. He said, honestly, it is strange. You win your matches against the weakest team in your group, yet Nigeria moves ahead of you, even though they couldn't even beat Zimbabwe, the bottom team in their group. Apparently, beating the last team in the group is too mainstream. Thanks, CAF and FIFA. My career is almost over. I'll study the field so I can criticize you properly. Now, in as much as I am very, very happy that Nigeria was among the second best placed teams, sincerely, this was very, very unfair. Very, very unfair. The way we got there is unfair to others. Imagine if we were in their shoes, we would also complain. Just imagine that we as Nigerians, we beat Zimbabwe home and away. They can't deduct our points. We no come make them to the second best, placed teams. Just imagine it. Imagine the outrage. Imagine the anger that we'll be feeling right now. It benefited us. That's the reason why we are not complaining. But that does not mean that the complaint of others, is very, very invalid. What this guy is saying is fact. It's very, very painful. That you work hard, you win your matches, and at the end of the day, because of some rule, some, crazy rule, they deduct your points, and a team that did not do as well as you did in your group now has a better opportunity at going to the World Cup over you. It a pain now. It a pain. You check up. It a pain. Yes, as Nigerians, we are happy. And that's why I said, in football, everybody is biased. That's why it's very, very funny when people come out and say, oh, Combo, you are very, very biased towards Barcelona. Am I supposed to come and support your team over my team? All of us are biased. Look at the way the whole Nigeria was celebrating that fourth goal that made us qualify for the, second best teams. Why were we celebrating? We are celebrating because we have gotten an opportunity, a loophole has been opened for us to be part of the team to qualify. Naturally, we are not supposed to be there. We did not do as well as Madagascar. We didn't do as well as Burkina Faso. So it's very, very painful to them, but it's a joy to us. And we are not complaining because it favors us. That's the biasness in football. Everybody is biased.
So as I talk to you now, calculators are really busy in Nigeria.
I'm telling you.
If you open your phone calculator and it's not working, it's because of Nigeria. Hey. They have hijacked all the calculators in the world. Now what is going on? So these people, finally, see if they have any thanks they should give to this guy, Victor Osimhen. If you have any statue built for this guy, like you people, you are in our soup.
You don't know.
You are cooking. So for those of you wondering what is going on, whether Nigerians have qualified or not, it turns out Nigeria have qualified for the playoffs. So these are the teams that are going to the next round. We have Gabon, Cameroon, Nigeria, and Burkina Faso. And even for Burkina Faso, they have to wait for Congo to play. But as it stands now, Nigeria have qualified for the playoffs. But no problem, we'll keep it for the future. Anything can happen. My only warning to you people, when it comes to arguing about football, don't even bring yourself. Because you people were in a group. And South Africa, They were deducted 3 points. These people stood on business, whilst you people were standing on keyboard and keypad, arguing left and right.
All right, guys, so what do you think? Do you think Nigeria deserves to be in the playoffs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video.